crafting journey here, that journey chick on Instagram. It's Friday. It's also payday. Yay. Friday dance. Ooh, Friday dance. I am so happy because I have Monday off, working from home Tuesday and Wednesday, easy peasy, and Thursday and Friday, Thanksgiving. So a lot of days to be at home crafting. Yeah. So let me back up a little bit. I'm ahead of myself. Welcome to another edition of Crafting and Crime Daily, where you'll see the cats running back and forth. I will talk about the latest trials that are live. I'll bring you the updates each day. And today I'm going to talk to you about another trial that happened quite a few years ago, but came into the spotlight again yesterday. So wanted to talk to you a little bit about the latest that's happening in that case. And you never know what you're going to see me crafting on this show. So don't forget to hit the like button. Today, he is working on my bank account, trying to get all the bills paid. Yep. So make sure you hit him on your way in or out. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please subscribe and ring the notification bell so you do not miss a single episode of Crafting and Crime. I do number the episodes and they are playlisted according to the name of the trial. Oh, now, I gotta breathe. Okay, I'm drinking out of my Craftably mug. Look, Craftably, which you can purchase from Craftably. This is a Craftably painting, Alice Van Gogh. I would say that I'm halfway done. This painting has really taken me a long time. It's costing me quite a bit of angst because the drills are not so great. I mean, they're okay, but there's a lot of gapping going on here. The garbage man is here, the recycling guy, which is a good thing, right? Means I must have paid the garbage bill. Yay. All right. Now here's all the bills that I need to pay. Yeah, we got to pay them bills. Got to pay them bills. Pay them bills. Pay them bills. So last night I worked on my temperature blankets some more. I'm a little behind schedule again, but I plan to try to catch up this weekend. All right, here we are. So yesterday I did my Thursday drive live. I did not go live for the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict because they are still deliberating. Yeah, 3 full days. They estimated it to be approximately 23 hours of deliberations. Whoa, I'd be losing my mind if I was a juror. It just tells me that there's somebody that's holding out. And it couldn't be more than somebody, because I have watched the polls. You know, I have the channel on, the Long Crime channel on, so that I can know immediately when there's something going on in the courtroom. So there's this chat going constantly, all these ridiculous people. Guilty, not guilty, blah blah blah, and you know it's funny because they will throw in a super chat so that it highlights their comment, and the comments that are highlighted are just like, what? He's a patriot. He's a hero. I don't know about that. He's a young guy that got caught up in a mess, but I don't know if he's a hero. I wouldn't go quite that far. But in the poll that I took, it's pretty split. Yeah, a lot of people say guilty. A lot of people say not guilty. I'm in the hung jury just because of what I just said. A lot of people they're firmly believing one way or the other. And if that's the way the jury is going, you know, where people are holding firm in the not guilty camp and holding firm in the guilty camp, they are never going to reach a decision. Today is Friday. I suspect today is the day they ring the bell. Not literally, there's no bell. They'll send a note to the judge that says, we are deadlocked. and we've tried to reach a decision. We're not able to reach a decision. What happens in that case is the judge will bring the jury back into the courtroom with all of the parties, and he will give them what's called an Allen charge, which says you must go back and try again. Please go around the room, let everybody speak, get everybody's opinion. You know, give it one more college try, and it usually doesn't work. Except that this is a Friday. I suspect they all want to go home. I think they all want to be done with this. I doubt very seriously if they want to go into Thanksgiving week. You know, I suspect some of them may have travel plans. You know, I don't know. But I'm sure they want to get this thing wrapped up. So sometimes in that case, there's some compromise that goes on. So we'll see. I will bring you that verdict live today. I will be at work. I was at work yesterday. Had my home computer ready with the camera. I was gonna go live if there was a verdict. Same today, but we shall see. So I've got this out. So today is National. I'm gonna write it down. Monopoly Day. Monopoly Day. And in this day in history, we are going to talk about, oh, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. One flew over the cuckoo's nest. We're going to talk about that fantastic movie. All right, we're getting ready to wrap up the week here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, before I get too far into the show, I got an order. Remember I said I was expecting another order. Where is it? Of Lion Brand yarn. It's a big old box. So what I tried to do is order yarn that I haven't ordered before, because I like to see the different types of yarn. And my sister's like, what? You know, we were watching Hoarders last night. She's like, what do I have to do to get rid of some of that yarn? I'm like, I'm crocheting as fast as I can, but I got more. So they were having this great sale. You know, what can I say? 35% off, I think it was. Anyway, this was one I had not tried. This is called Re-Up. It's recycled yarn. It is a number 4 weight. It's recycled cotton, and I think it would make great little slippers. Narrate has sent me the cutest crochet slipper pattern. I'm going to use it to make something. Use these to make some slippers or dish towels. The recycled yarn would be great for dish towels. So I've got that. And how much is that? Like I said, it's a 4 weight recycled yarn. It's the color is blue. It's, you know, variegated, and it's 103 yards in each skein. So these 3 would make a cute little dish towel. Then I have this bamboo Trueboo yarn. Now, I've never gotten this before. Look at the color. What? So this is what I want to do socks out of, some loom socks. My loom books should be here today. So beautiful. This color is amazing. It is a number 3 weight. The color is hot pink. Oh, yeah. There is 241 yards per skein. Yeah. Oh my God, it's amazing. Now, what is this made out of? Let's see. 100% rayon from bamboo. Yeah. So, sock yarns. There we go. Because I didn't have any good sock yarns. So, yeah. So then I made someone, I got 4 of these, Touch of Alpaca. I made someone a hooded scarf out of this, and I just loved the yarn. I love alpaca. It just has this amazing feel to it. It came in red. There's 4 of them. I would like to make just a scarf and a hat out of it. And it is a 4-weight. It is 90% acrylic, 10% alpaca. Here's my alpacas back there. My hot pink one. Yeah. Someone's calling me on the phone. So this is 207 yards per skein. Why did I get 4? I have no idea. I really do this for a reason. I have plans in mind when I order it, and then I forget. And yeah. Oh, the last 2. I'm so excited. These were all on clearance, by the way. Wool ease. I love wool ease. Look at the color. Oh, purple. Could you just die? If there was no hot pink in the world, this would be my favorite color. Now this I would like to make a hooded scarf out of for my sister for Christmas. Shh, Jean, if you're watching, just fast forward through this part. Okay, she's already seen the yarn. Anyway, she's like, oh, purple? Yeah, it is a 5-weight. No, I'm sorry, super bulky 6-weight. What is going on? They're in rare form. This morning, I could not find stitch. I was looking everywhere. Now, I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, because they were hungry. The cats were hungry because Tootsie stole their dinner last night. Yeah. So at 2 o'clock in the morning, they're hungry. I'm typing to Cheryl, and Cheryl's like, why are you up? I'm like, because the kittens were hungry. So so now I'm awake and I'm watching this little show, and my sister knocks on the door and she's like, there's a lunar eclipse. It's happening right now. So we go outside and we're watching this lunar eclipse. Oh my God. If you didn't see it last night, it was amazing. I've never seen that where the sun was eclipsed. Pretty cool. So we watched that for a little while. Then about an hour later, I went out and took a peek to watch, how it had progressed. So cool. Then I went back to sleep. So this morning, I can't find Stitch, so now I'm panicking. Oh my God, did he get outside? Did he run out the door and I didn't, know it? I can't find him anywhere. And so I'm running around outside with the treats, inside with the treats. I finally come into the laundry room and or in my craft room, and I hear him. He was in the laundry room. I don't know how he got into the laundry room. I don't know. My sister must have went in there during the night and he followed her. That's where he was, and he wanted out. So he's raring to go because he had been stuck in that laundry room for, 3 hours. So back to this. This is a 6-weight, and it is 20% wool, 80% acrylic. So a 6-weight, I think I know what I'm going to do with this. Yeah, not a hooded scarf, but a really cool hood nonetheless. I have a cool pattern for it, yeah. And then, last but not least, some more in a color that I like. This blue, oh my God. This variegated blue, it's so, so pretty. It's called Dusk. And it's the same thing, 6-weight, woolies, 87 yards per skein. And, oh, so beautiful. Look how gorgeous those colors are. Amazing. So yeah. All right. So yes, my sister is correct. I have sufficiently replaced the yarn that I used to make her blanket. So now I have to stop ordering. Okay, we're done. We're done. We've got enough yarn now. We've replaced it all. If you have suggestions for what I should make, please drop a comment. This one's my favorite. Oh my God, look how beautiful. Hot pink bamboo yarn. Oh my God. These scream socks all day long, don't they? Yeah. Dish towels. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Another whole box of yarn. Okay. Let's, where did we leave off? Monopoly Day. Oh my goodness. Today is Monopoly Day. If you don't know what Monopoly is, ask somebody. It comes in so many different versions too. The idea is to be the person that attains, purchase the most properties, So you bankrupt everybody else. And there's different versions of how to play. The long version, which could take forever, but not if you play with my granddaughter. Holy moly, she wipes me out every time. She buys the two most expensive properties, and I end up bankrupt before I know it. And I'm not letting her win. She just legitimately somehow, she'll hold out. She won't buy anything. She'll buy the railroads, and she'll buy those two properties. Next thing you know, I have no money left. What are you doing, cats? You're going to spill my coffee. You're going to spill everything that's over there. Oh my God. Oh, these cats. They're in rare form this morning. This was invented by a left-wing feminist named Lizzie Magie. She patented this game in 1903, but she just never sold it to anybody. So, oh God, there's the others. I have two garbage men that come. One that picks up the recycling and one that picks up just the regular garbage, including all that dirty cat litter. Anyway, so she never got credit for the invention because she just didn't market it. She didn't sell it to anybody. But this guy named Charles Darrow, he goes to a friend's house one night. He's playing this game. He's like, this is pretty cool. He takes that game, which by then everyone was calling it the Monopoly game. He sells it to Parker Brothers and makes millions of dollars. Can you say patent infringement? Apparently she just never pursued it. I don't know, but maybe by then she was dead. I don't know, because it was in 1932. She patented it in 1903, and then in 1932, he sold it to Parker Brothers. Something fishy going on there. But in any case, it's a very popular game. It brings the family together. That's why I enjoyed playing it with my grandkids. And when my kids were growing up, we had a little, I don't know what you call it, a little condo. It was two stories, and the upper story was owned by someone else, and we owned the lower half of this condo. And we would rent it when we weren't there. And we had put a bunch of board games in this condo, so that if we weren't there, people who rented it, and we had a little book that they could sign into, and they would sign and say how much they had enjoyed the games that we had left there for them to play. So one of the games was Monopoly. So every Thanksgiving when my husband and the kids, we'd go up there for Thanksgiving, we would sit and play Monopoly. Not him necessarily. He usually watched football while we played Monopoly, the three of us. And it just brings families closer together. Now I go over and I make the grandkids play with me. Well, I used to. They're too old now. One, is off in the military. Apparently, he's only been in there 3 days. He's already called Dad twice, saying, they yell a lot, Dad. Which he knew they were going to do that. But it's quite different experiencing it than it is, it's one thing knowing about it, but experiencing it is quite another thing. And my son, he said he could hear people yelling in the background when he was on the phone. But he'll survive. It's only a few weeks. And then the other one, he's a senior in high school. He don't want to sit down and play Monopoly with Grandma. And then the 14-year-old girl, Malia, you guys love and know Malia. I had called my son last night. I'm like, hey, I'm off all next week. How about sending Malia over to visit me and Jean, and we can, do some baking or something. He's like, oh no, we are having a discussion with her right now about her grades. She ain't going anywhere. I'm like, oh, okay. So no Monopoly. She beats me anyway, so what the heck. I don't even know where my Monopoly game is. I have one here somewhere I'm not a hoarder, I swear. Well, I'm a yarn hoarder, I will admit that. But otherwise, I'm not a hoarder. But it's in this hoard somewhere. It is. Maybe I am a yarn hoarder. I just love yarn. I don't know why that is. Anyway, I digress. Let's do some diamond painting. Oh my goodness. So, I talked a little bit about the Kyle Rittenhouse case. Now, you won't find a a playlist for that because I didn't actually cover the case. I kind of turned towards it when I listened to his testimony. So I brought you that. I listened to the closing arguments, and there's been a lot of drama, so I had to kind of tune in for the drama. So now I'm waiting to bring you guys the verdict. So yesterday, while we were waiting for the verdict, I'm sitting there and I'm working and I'm listening to the other trial, and all of a sudden my screen goes, my computer, because I've got my work computer here, my home computer here, my home computer lights up. There's the judge. I'm thinking, oh, do they have a verdict? Well, no. But what he was doing was he was trying to make a record. Apparently, what happens is the jury is, at the end of each day, they are put on a bus, he calls it a sealed bus. What it is just a regular bus, but the windows are all covered so that the jury can't see all the signage that's going on outside the courtroom, all, you know, the drama. So they drive them to a secret location where their cars are parked, and they get in the cars and go home. So apparently Wednesday night, after the jury was excused, there was a reporter following the bus. So the police pulled over this reporter, and he says, I work for MSNBC. Here's my name. Here's the name of my boss. She sent me out of here. She works in New York. They called her. She said, yes, I sent him. Yes, he does work for me. So they got some strong admonishments from this judge. Nobody went to jail or anything, or they weren't arrested. But the judge says he is banning MSNBC from the courtroom. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty extreme. So, yeah, but I mean, that's a huge, huge no-no. You just don't do that. So I'm watching last night on the nightly news. We always watch NBC nightly news with Lester Holt. He's so cute. Anyway, we're watching it, and I'm like, I bet you they do not say anything about being banned from the courtroom. Now, I'm fairly certain that NBC is somehow related to MSNBC, you know, but I wasn't sure. So they get to their Rittenhouse segment. Don't say a word about being banned from the courtroom. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. So I don't know if like the NBC reporters are allowed in and not the MSNBC reporter. I don't know. But it was not mentioned at all on the NBC News, which I found very funny. So yesterday the judge it wasn't even 4 o'clock. It was like, 10 to 4, something like that. He comes on and brings in the jury and says, y'all want to stay late and deliberate? And they're like, no. And he sends them home for the day, 4 o'clock. They're going to come back today and start deliberating again. But like I said, I think today's the day they pull that hung jury. We can't reach a decision trigger. You watch. In any case, I do have a thumbnail. I keep moving the time on it. Right now, it's currently set for 11:45 this morning. So we will see if there's any action. If there's no action in the courtroom, I'll just keep moving the time so that I can just press the button and go live when there is something to report from the courtroom. Now, let's talk about the other case that I was listening to, the Ahmad Arbory case. Now, the defendant was on the stand. This was from the day before. I told you I did not listen. I stopped listening to his testimony at the point where he's going to start talking about the actual events surrounding the murder. So I took some very meticulous notes of you can't read that, can you? Exactly what this guy said. And I'm going to read them to you because I just can't capture them any better than, these are like exact quotes. So he was trying to put his son to bed to take a nap. It was, it was like just after, close to 1 o'clock in the afternoon where they were. his father comes running in. And he says, the guy that's been breaking in just ran by. And he says his dad is all excited. You know, his dad's had 2 heart attacks, a stroke, and a hip replacement. And he said, I've never seen my dad move so fast. He's very excited. So I'm like, whoa, what's going on? So Travis assumed it was the guy they had both seen 12 days before break into that construction house. Now, keep in mind that they had been told by the officer at that time that this guy had not committed any crimes. Perhaps trespass, but no crimes. He had never committed any crimes. They seem to have forgotten this somehow. Or Travis didn't get the message. His father told him, go grab your gun. So the first firearm that was available to him, because all of his pistols and all of his other firearms were locked up, was his shotgun, which was not locked up. He says, kind of as an aside, oh, I must have just been cleaning it. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, wait a minute, you're trying to put your 2-year-old to sleep, and you've got this shotgun that's available. What? Are you crazy? Okay. But apparently it has a safety. It's locked. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Ugh, this makes me cringe. So he grabs the shotgun. He comes out of the house. He went to the truck. And now if his father had gone into his bedroom. So he gets outside before his father. And he's looking around. And he looks down the street. And he sees Matt Albenzi standing in the road in front of the construction site, and he's pointing down the other way, meaning that's the way the guy ran. That's how he took it to mean the guy ran that way. So now, there's more. This was quite dramatic. He assumed that Matt may have witnessed this guy breaking in there or stealing something. And he's running away. So now his father gets out and says, get in the truck. Let's go down there towards where this guy is running. So there's a car seat in the truck. They don't remove the car seat. Travis gets in the driver's seat. His father squeezes in, like angles himself in the car seat. And they take off down the road. Heading towards Buford Road, looking for the guy that ran by. Now, at this point, Travis is not positive that this is the same guy that he was chasing 11 days or 12 days before this. So he wants to see if this is the same guy. So he comes up on him. Well, first he says to his dad, hey, Dad, did you call the cops? And his dad's like, yeah, I called the cops. So it wasn't very long after that he realizes that his dad was not really paying attention to the question and the cops had not been called. So as soon as they get to Buford Road, they see this guy, and then he realizes, oh yeah, this is the same guy. So he wants to talk to him. Now, have you noticed I have not said the word arrest, citizen's arrest? Nope, he never uses that word. So apparently Ahmad is running 2 to 3 feet from the edge of the road. So they take their truck, Travis takes his truck, and he gets down the center of the road, and now they're parallel to him. And he comes up beside him and says, and now he's this was all very carefully rehearsed. I'm positive, this whole testimony. He says, I suspected he may be armed. He said both of his arms were down by his side because he's running, but I suspected he may be armed. And he did recognize him as the same person from 12 days before. So he pulled up beside him and he said, hey, what's going on? I want to talk to you. Stop a minute. Please stop. And the defense attorney, did you use the word please? And he says, yeah, I believe I did use the word please. Okay. But he said he had the weirdest demeanor, talking about Ahmad Arbory. He appeared very angry, very mad. Well, Wouldn't you be if someone was chasing you? You're out for a jog and this truck is chasing you? I don't know if I'd be mad, but I'd be really scared. Anyway, so he stops the truck because he wants to talk to this guy. And then Ahmad just turns around and starts running the other way. So now he's backing up the truck, still trying to talk to him. Hey, what's going on? He testified at no time was he aware of Roddy Bryant. He doesn't know Roddy Bryant. He knows Roddy as a neighbor, but they're not friends. They did not call each other. They didn't do any hand signals. There was no winks or, point, nothing. There was no communication between Travis and his father and Roddy Bryant. He said that no time did he try to block Ahmad Arbory. He does tell Ahmad, hey, the police are on the way. And when he says that, Ahmad runs the other direction. As would I. So now he continues this. At this point, I'm tired of writing. So he continues the story. So they get to, they lose him. So they park at the end of this three-way where this tri-corner where these three roads meet. They just park there. And he gets out of his vehicle, Travis does. And by this point, his father has jumped out of the vehicle and is in the back of the truck with his weapon. And they see that Ahmad is coming around the fork in the road with a black truck behind him, which is Roddy Bryant's truck. And now that Ahmad is running towards Travis. So Travis reaches into his truck and grabs his shotgun because the guy's running right towards me and I suspect he's armed. So he gets his shotgun out. So as Ahmad is running towards the truck, I imagine he saw the shotgun, so he tries to go around the passenger side of the truck. So he's going around the passenger side of the truck. Travis goes towards the front of the truck, and they meet at the front of the truck. And there's a scuffle that it's not on camera. No one sees it. Now, what Travis says happened is that he was struck. He uses the word struck. He struck me. So, and now we're struggling over the gun. He reaches for my gun. Now, later on during cross-examination, which was brilliant, by the way, he finally admits that Ahmad never touched his gun. He shoots the guy. He's backing up. Ahmad's coming towards him. He shoots him 3 times. We know he missed on one of the shots, but the other 2 are fatal. Then he tries to explain that the statement that he gave to the police, he was in shock and he was all over the place and it might not have been accurate. And yeah, he basically buried himself. He never missed a citizen's arrest. At no time, did he say that there was a citizen's arrest. They finally did try to call the police, as they see him approaching with Roddy Bryant behind him. He has his phone and he's dialing 911, Travis's, and he hands that phone to his father to complete the phone call. That's now when he's got the rifle. So he thought that he was going to hurt his father or himself, because he was running right toward me. Well, no, he veered off to go around the other side of the truck, but you went up to the front of your truck. So, now they meet at the front of the oh my God, this whole thing is just awful, just awful. So his testimony concludes his father does not testify on his own behalf. Roddy Bryant does not testify on his own behalf. They put up a bunch of witnesses, 3, 4, or 5 witnesses, neighbors in the neighborhood, just to articulate that they were aware that there was crime in the neighborhood. Yeah, like, it was like, okay, none of them were on the stand for very long. And then they all rest their case. So the judge has instructed the jury to come back on Monday. They're to take Friday off, so they're off today. The jury will come back on Monday and hear closing arguments. But what's going to happen today in the courtroom is the judge is going to hear arguments from the attorneys, judgments of acquittal, motions for mistrial. At one point, the camera, they have a camera, Long Crime has a camera outside the courtroom, and there's all of these black pastors out there. Jesse Jackson was in the courtroom yesterday, as was Al Sharpton, and a number of other black pastors, not as well known as those two icons, but they were all taking turns going into the courtroom with the family. And they were all outside the courtroom when they weren't in the courtroom. And it was a very peaceful demonstration, but a demonstration nonetheless. You know, another Black Lives Matter. So, wow. Thank God the jury hasn't seen that, because it would be very intimidating, I think. And I suspect that Roddy Bryant's attorney is going to renew his motion for a mistrial based on all of the black pastors that are in and out of the courtroom. Every chance he gets, he renews that daggone motion. Yeah. So, I was going to tell you guys another story, but I think we're kind of running out of time. I'll do a Saturday edition of the morning show tomorrow and bring you this other story that I have for you. It's another trial. It's very interesting. It occurred in the past, but a significant event that has to do with this trial occurred yesterday, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. But I'll do that tomorrow in the Saturday edition, since we're kind of far into the show already. And let's talk about this day in history. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest opens in theaters. This movie, which stars Jack Nicholson, whom I love, by the way. Like, he's got that grin that just, you know, I can't do it, but he just has this way about him that's just fantastic. So what year was that? 1975, I think. Yeah, 1975, November 19th. Now, that would be one that I would go to the theater and see. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Remember Nurse Ratched? So it's this guy. He's committed a crime. He doesn't want to go to jail. So he fakes being mentally ill. So they send him to a mental institution. So now he's in there with all these crazy people and Nurse Ratched, who insists on giving him his medication, which he doesn't need, by the way. And I'm not going to tell you how it ends, in case you have never seen this movie, but I love the ending. And you can guess the ending because it's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but they win like every Oscar for that year. Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, like Best Screenplay, like 5 Oscars. And Jack Nicholson had been nominated 4 other times. This was his first win for an Oscar, but fantastic movie. If you have never watched it, you know, turn off the Hallmark Channel, turn off the Lifetime Channel, and watch One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Great movie. Yes, even in today's day and age, it's a great movie. It just is very, very entertaining. So, yeah, it was based on a book written by, let me just tell you, written by Ken Kesey. It was a 1962 novel. Same name, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So, I've never read the book, but yeah, interesting. That's the show for today. There's my kitty cat. Where's my kitty cat? I don't know where. That's a rug. That's the rug I put in front of the door because I have a gap in the daggum door. And the cold air comes in, so I put that little rug in front of the door. Yeah. I gotta go to work. Gotta go to work. Work. All right, guys. I will see you tonight. I'm going to be on Mickey Sunshine's Live at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, where we will be working on our mystery diamond paintings. Yes. So, I will see you then. Take care, everybody. Love you. Bye. Maybe sooner if there's a verdict. Take care.